25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Now on primetime, lawmakers continue with budget deliberations. Nestor Lecanto brings you the very latest. Plus, applications for the All Rise program are slated to be available on September the 1st. And we tell you the very latest with the weather and the tropical depression out on the water.
Hafide, good evening, everyone. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan, and thanks for tuning in. It begins and ends with revenue projections. Senators continue their discussion on how much money will be available next year for appropriation from the general fund. KUM's Nestor Lecanto has been following the budget deliberations and files this report.
Thank you, Senator.
Early in the session saw Budget Director Lester Carlson cozying up to senators, praising them for legislation that provides some fiscal flexibility heading into FY 2022.
I'm going to say thank you again for starting fiscal year 22 with $30 million less of debt obligations to pay. That plus we got the $11 million extra in Section 30. I think that you have the foundation to build upon the budget with the work that you've done before.
But Office of Finance and Budget Director Steve Guerrero counters that special funds are short by about $20 million, and the federal assistance that has kept the economy afloat will not be there next year.
So the trend that you're looking at for the last couple of months is a trend that's, I believe, is going to take a beating starting next fiscal year. And today it looks good. I mean, I won't just, say no to what they're saying. But for me, this trend is not going to continue on next year.
It's an important early consideration for senators, as will be the adopted revenues. OFB and the administration agree on every category except for business privilege tax, where they're about $42 million apart.
I think what we have before us is more of a question to the body as to whether or not you feel 238 or you feel 280.
Also getting a lot of attention is the $50 to $60 million earned income tax windfall. Most has already been earmarked to help pay for a new hospital and prison, but during questioning by Minority Leader Chris Duenas, Carlson cautioned that they don't know yet when and how that money will be received.
If, in fact, it's a reimbursable, we pay for it. We put in for the reimbursement, and that I think once we get a reimbursement, it's something that can be appropriated. Okay. But if it's in a trust fund, we can't use it.
It's important because we have to debate this. We've obviously have differences in terms of what we're going to adopt as revenues. But we also have differences in terms of what's been placed in here and available for appropriation. So that is absolutely going to be clear too, because even the administration, as far as I'm concerned, under a reimbursement scenario, doesn't have authority to use the funds. It would have to be appropriated.
Meanwhile, Speaker Therese Terlahi wants to ensure that the EITC, like the $30 million in child tax credits, are set aside for their intended purpose, the timely payment to qualified applicants.
That if we don't know right now the process that the EITC is coming in, if we should be spending it in advance or allocating it for budget purposes if we're not sure yet.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Applications for what's now officially called the All Rise program will be available by September 1st. That's the commitment from Revenue Tax Director Daphne Shimizu, who says they'll be accepted on a first-in, first-out basis until the $30 million in funding is exhausted.
Governor Leon Guerrero issued an executive order Friday formally announcing the requirements for her All Rise program. DRT Director Daphne Shimizu explains.
You have to have filed a 2020 tax return. You have to, of course, meet the income thresholds, which are the same: 40,000 for a single filer, 80,000 or less for joint filers, and you'll have to, of course, have experienced and certify that your household has experienced negative impact from COVID-19.
She says applicants will only need to check a box to certify that they suffered a negative economic impact. But it's unclear what that means. Even the Treasury Interim Rule 2.6, which allows for cash transfers to households, does not elaborate on what a negative impact is. CHamoru did clarify that those who don't normally file a tax return must now file one to qualify.
There is the ability for people to file a 2020 return online. And so you can go to myguamtax.com and you can actually file a return online. And so for those individuals who filed a non-filer form, that non-filer form is not considered the equivalent of a 2020 return.
Meanwhile, applicants must also authorize DRT to access tax information and agree not to accept any other local direct assistance, such as is contained in a pair of bills recently passed by the legislature.
We're trying to be as thoughtful as possible of the process, and again, making sure that we try to make it as simple as possible for our people.
Again, applications will be out no later than September 1st and will be paid out on a first-in, first-out basis until the $30 million allocation is exhausted. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Turning our eyes to the sky, it's been a busy few days for the National Weather Service as it tracks Tropical Depression 16W. With an update now is KUAM's Tyler Matanani.
During a heavy weather briefing Monday morning, NWS's Brandon Idolet announced Guam might not get the tropical storm force winds we were originally anticipating on Tuesday, but Idolet cautioned residents shouldn't let their guard down.
We're looking at a slim potential for the tropical storm winds of 39 to 57 miles per hour. So there's still that possibility, and not expected, but possibility.
By 3 o'clock this afternoon, the NWS advisory noted that the current forecast track has 16W passing Guam around midday Tuesday as a tropical depression and will likely pick up tropical storm intensity after passing the territory. That doesn't necessarily mean we won't get a downpour.
We're not looking to the extreme scenarios at this point, but more of a nuisance flooding that may be more short-term on the order of maybe 1 to 2 hours.
As of 4 o'clock this afternoon, Guam remained in Core 3 and under a tropical storm watch. Additionally, Joint Region Marianas began preparations on Sunday with the announcement of T-Core 3 for local military bases. JRM Commander Rear Admiral Benjamin Nicholson.
For ships, generally the safest place is to be at sea and move away from the storm. Sometimes ships aren't able to do that because they've got maintenance going on. So we'll put them at what we call a heavy weather heavy weather berth, which is especially set up to hold ships in place during some storms.
With word that Guam might not get the tropical storm force winds originally forecasted, the Joint Information Center late this afternoon announced that GDOE students will have classes on Tuesday, and Gov Guam will continue with normal operations. Further assessment will be conducted this evening on whether a change in core is warranted. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
Again, as Tyler reported, there will be classes tomorrow for all Guam Department of Education students. The chairperson of the Governor's Physicians Advisory Group made another pitch to the Magahaga during their meeting with her this morning to implement restrictions to stay ahead of the spread of the Delta variant. Dr. Hoa Win says with the surge in COVID cases, we need to put more attention on prevention.
We asked to have some limitation on the gathering. You know, the number be set by the governor. We asked them to look at ways to implement the check on the vaccination status on business, especially restaurant, that you can dine in if you are fully vaccinated and you can prove that. If not, then I asked the restaurant to have some dining out outside for people that is not vaccinated.
The proposed vaccination restriction, however, would not be applicable to minors below 12 because they are not eligible for vaccinations. No word yet from Guadalupe on whether the governor will adopt any of the PAG's recommendations. While we wait for the new results to be released from the weekend on Friday, Guam recorded 46 new COVID-19 cases out of 1,317 tests conducted on Thursday. 11 people were hospitalized. With no one in ICU, Guam's CAR score on Friday was 8.7. According to Public Health's Chief Public Health Officer, the numbers from at least Friday and Saturday clinics saw more than 1,000 people who got tested for COVID.
The message is thank you to the community, for coming out to test. That is very key, because it actually tells you your status at that point. And what it means is that if you're infected, you get isolated, you take care of yourself and stop stop the spread in the community.
Aside from big numbers of people getting tested, Mbakwe also thanks those who got their vaccinations.
I think when the numbers come out, it will still show, what is going on in the community. But like I said, at the end of the day, it is important that we see those numbers and act on those numbers, and then people will see for themselves, how quickly and how things can change, if we do not adhere to public health recommendations.
Public Health is urging the community to go back to the basics of wearing masks, washing hands, and watching your distance. And if you're not vaccinated, please get the shot. And the Guam Department of Education is still working on the details of the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for its employees. Here's more on this report. Recently, Governor Lulian Guerrero ordered mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations for executive branch workers, which came into effect on August 9th. The Guam Department of Education is a part of the executive branch, meaning all volunteers, part-time and full-time employees must be vaccinated by September 24th. Executive Order 2021-17 states that those who do not comply with the mandatory vaccination will be subject to weekly testing or will face disciplinary action. According to Superintendent John Fernandez, the details of the consequences are still being ironed out for employees who are reluctant to get the COVID shot.
We haven't quite gotten to that point. We're going to see how far we can get by encouraging our employees to just comply to the extent that they can.
Although getting the COVID vaccine is a personal choice, Fernandez said that he also understands where the governor is coming from.
This is a public health emergency. The science is showing that vaccination is having an impact on the spread of COVID-19. It's not 100% of a protection. But right now, when you look at the data around the pandemic of the unvaccinated, those who are not vaccinated at this point, we know that that's still going to create a risk for the community. So it seems from what I read in the executive order, there is enough legal backing for an employer to be able to require vaccinations of the employees. And what we're going to do at this point is give our employees the opportunity to make sure they take advantage of that vaccination opportunity.
Fernandez noted that 75% of GDOE employees are fully vaccinated against the virus. Meanwhile, Guam Education Board member Maria Gutierrez said that she is not in support of the vaccine mandate. She said in a statement that getting vaccinated should be completely up to the employees or individual. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
From the minds that brought you Taco Bell's Fry Force comes another mouth-watering adventure, packed with seasoned beef, drizzled with spicy ranch, and covered with your favorite toppings. It's the new loaded taco fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Mobile offers a new and convenient way to fuel your vehicle. Pay gas and go. No need to line up inside the store. Press preset. Enter whole dollar amount without decimals. Press Loyalty ID and enter your mobile number or insert Smiles card. Insert and remove payment card or tap contactless credit card. Begin fueling. And don't forget to grab your receipt. Pay gas and go. It's that easy.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. It's one of those cases that when you see something, say something. And for two people over the weekend, that's exactly what they did when they saw a teenage boy standing alone on a street corner in Jigo. He was barefoot and nearly naked. KUAM's Joan Aguncharfres has the details.
It was Saturday morning at around 8 o'clock when a man and woman spotted a 13-year-old boy on the corner of Wistig Road and Chalanescuela in Jigo. The child didn't have any clothes on, except for makeshift underwear. According to the magistrate complaint, the witnesses were trying to talk to the boy when a blue RAV4, driven by 37-year-old David Michael Martinez Canata, pulled up and shouted at the minor, quote, "You're going to run from me, expletive," end quote. He then allegedly yelled at the witnesses to, quote, "Leave him alone. I'm trying to teach him a lesson," end quote. The minor started to cry before Canata pulled him into his car and drove off. The witnesses immediately called police, who made their way to a residence where they met with Canata's girlfriend, 29-year-old Sherry Antoinette Tyron Nauta. She told police the minor had run away earlier that morning, and Canata went to pick him up. Officers then requested for Canata and the minor to head to the precinct for a wellness check. Upon arriving at the precinct, officers noticed the minor had a black eye and injuries to his wrists and ankles. The minor told officers that he ran away because he was mad at himself and that he sustained his injuries while playing a game with his older brother. He added that he got his black eye when he fell off the couch when he was sleeping. Officers then spoke with the minor's 16-year-old brother. According to court documents, from August 5th to August 8th, the brother claims he was bound with a rope and was not allowed any food or water or to use the bathroom. He told officers the only reason why he was released was because the rope was cutting off his blood circulation and breathing was difficult. The brother also described how on August 13th, Canata punched him in the eye and Nauta repeatedly kicked him in the wrists and ankles, and that both he and his younger brother had been tied up multiple times over the years. When officers finished interviewing the brother, they re-interviewed the 13-year-old, who admitted that he was tied up because he was touching good food in the fridge. Nauta allegedly told him to, quote, "Put it back. You and your brother got to find your own food. I'm not going to feed you guys," end quote. Documents indicate that during this time that some of Nauta's relatives witnessed the brothers being tied up, but did nothing. When the interview was complete, medics from the Guam Fire Department tended to the 16-year-old's injuries, which included a wound with bacteria buildup, lacerations on his wrists and forearms, calves, and bruising to his left eye. The two minors are currently in the custody of Child Protective Services. Nauta told officers that the brothers tie each other up, and that's how they got their injuries, and doesn't know why they would say all of this. Canata and Nauta were arrested and each charged with 2 counts of child abuse as a third-degree felony and 2 counts of felonious restraint as a third-degree felony. Additionally, Nauta was charged with assault as a misdemeanor. Both were booked and confined. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Joan Aguncharfres.
The FBI and the Guam Police Department are still asking for your help in the search for the suspect who robbed First Hawaiian Bank last Friday. As we reported, a man walked in their Harmon branch at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon and walked out with cash. He's described as possibly in his 50s. He has a full neck tattoo and a teardrop tattoo under his right eye. He was last seen wearing a black shirt, dark blue jeans, and had black and gray hair. If you have any information about the robbery or the identity of the suspect, please call the Guam FBI office at 688-0373 or contact the GPD or Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. COVID differential pay for mayor staffers may finally be coming current. This after Mayor's Council of Guam President Jesse Alex says the Department of Administration has sent the money directly to employees' bank accounts. The deposits should cover COVID differential pay from April to current, Alex said. He added DOA usually clear by Monday or Tuesday, depending on which bank employees use. Staffers had seen months-long delays in the payments, which are meant to compensate those who are working during the public health emergency. Sports is up next, and still to come, your Coach Zone Creamery birthday shoutouts.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep. Like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Talking about that.
Hey, Jason, try to catch one of my chocolate croissant bites in your mouth.
Jack, you gotta stop clowning around. Oh, I ain't mean it like that.
Well, bro.
Jack, that came out wrong.
My chocolate croissant bites, only at Jack in the Box.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Christian C.J. Keto and Noah Mueller are the latest standouts from the Guam National Program to move on to play intercollegiate soccer, with both John F. Kennedy High School class of 2021 graduates signing letters of intent to play for the Muskingum University Fighting Muskies beginning this fall. Both Mueller and Keto were introduced to the Fighting Muskies head coach Adam Ponder through fellow Guam National Program teammate Morgan McKenna, who returns to the Ohio University's roster this year. Muskingum University competes in the NCAA Division III Ohio Athletic Conference. Mueller is the co-MVP of the 2021 GDOE ESA All-Island selection for boys soccer, and Keto is a 2021 first-team All-Island midfielder, both playing for the JFK Islanders. The Islanders finished its 2021 season undefeated for the championship. Both players were also key All-Island players for JFK's championship team during the 2018-2019 school year. Both Keto and Mueller departed Island this afternoon. Muskingum University will play against Carnegie Mellon University in its first men's soccer match this fall, September 1st, according to the university's athletics website. Keeping with soccer, the Docomo Pacific Soccer Moms League Summer 2021 season came to an end with a pair of matches at the Guam Football Association National Training Center. This past season's Soccer Moms League featured close to 150 players on 7 teams playing weekly for 7 weeks. Participating teams were the Dedido Disasters, Docomo Pacific Docomoms, Guam Shipyard Femme, Fatali, Laddie Strong, Metro Pacific Islander Moms, Queen Cobras, and the Warriors. The league was one of the first to start at GFA, following over a year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many clubs also are now focusing on registration for the upcoming Triple J Auto Group Robbie Weber Youth League Fall 2021 season, scheduled for September 11th. For a listing of participating clubs, their contact representatives, and instructions on how to register youth players for the upcoming league, visit the GFA website at guamfa.com/GFA programs. All leagues youth spring registration form.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
I wish Tuesdays were easier.
Band practice, soccer, whatever that is Nathan is working on. Nobody has time to cook, but the big dinner box from Pizza Hut is the answer. 2 pizzas, wings, breadsticks. It's the easy way to feed the whole family in one box.
My youngest wants to start tap dancing.
Did you hear me, Gary? This saves time. You let that girl tap. You let that girl tap. The big dinner box, only from Pizza Hut.
No one outpieces the Hut.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Welcome back. We continue with a series that airs every Monday highlighting some of the island's businesses who are Guam Safe certified by the Guam Visitors Bureau and have the World Travel and Tourism Council Safe Travel Stamp. Tonight we feature Docomo Pacific.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Hafide, I'm Samantha again, the Retail Operations Manager here at Docomo Pacific. Getting Guam Safe certified was important to us because our retail stores are the heart of our businesses. Our customers come here regularly, and being Guam Safe certified means that they can visit with confidence, knowing that we've done our very best to provide a safe and clean environment to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Being Guam Safe certified and having the stamp means that people will immediately recognize Docomo Pacific as a local business that has implemented safety and hygiene protocols and practices that they can trust. Seeing the stamp or sticker means that it is safe to come in. Our stores remain open, and this is attributed to all of our team upholding all of the safety measures. In addition to the required procedures, we quickly implemented contactless ways for them to pay, like our drive-thru here in Tumaning. We also joined the Skip Lino app, which allows customers to make appointments, which means no more waiting in line. Most importantly, we've added Aura Air purifiers to all of our retail stores. Everyone who enters our stores can rest assured we are doing everything possible to make their visits safe.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday to Alice Roman. Much love from Mama, Papa, Mommy, Daddy, Cammie, Lexi, and the whole family. Also, happy birthday number 8 to our granddaughter, Kyra Alice Meno Santos. Wishing you a wonderful birthday filled with much joy. Our blessings are always with you, say Gammy and Papa, who is Mike Malolo Madden. Hey, very nice. Papa Day, and shout out to the Meno family down there. Hey, Mike, I hope you and your family have a great one. Amity Rose Sablan Diego, happy blessed birthday to you and enjoy your day. Shout out coming from the whole family with hugs and kisses, and we love you, Bula. Daryl Willis Pareto has 43 candles to blow out on this Monday. So Daryl, you are a special father, an amazing significant other, and son-in-law. We love you to the moon and back, say Melanie Joy, Kilani, Rose Lani, Eli Jude, Daryl Boy, Darren Cole, Nautica and Nova, and your mother-in-law, Ava. Have a great day, Daryl. And Joseph Roman, otherwise known as Bo, born on August 15th, enjoy your special birthday. We're so proud of you. Say Mom, John, your brothers, your sisters, your kids, and your in-laws.
Coming up next to the console with a brand new episode of Beyond Our Borders. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Guahu si Isaiah Uggan. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Beyond Our Borders is brought to you by KFC and the Medical City, where